Today's objective is going to be to learn the notes on the E string, okay? You have a low and you got a high E string. If you don't know your strings yet, this video couldn't be any more on time. All right, so this is going to be for beginners. E, A, D, G, B, E. Okay, those are your 6 strings. Now, since I said E twice, that means that these 2 strings, the highest and the lowest, are the same. And so if you learn one, you have both. Okay, that's sort of a 2-for-1 deal today. All right, and so open E string is going to be E. 3rd fret, G, and you can see it obviously again both on the top and on the neck on this guitar. A, B. And then this one happens to be C sharp. Most people don't use that 9th. You know, most of what your business you're going to conduct as a new player is going to be in this region here, or it jumps up to the next octave here. And so this is the start of another E. G, A, B. So I would just kind of get yourself acquainted with E, G, A, B, E, G, A, B. Then you can do it again up here. E, G, A, B. Try it on the high E string. It's this one. E, G, A, B. Now bounce to here. E, G, A. You have both of these are going to be the same as one another, obviously. Okay. But you also have, you can use those that if you know this is a G, then this is going to be something in the F family right behind it. If this is a G and this is an A, that means between them is either a G sharp or an A flat, depending on your perspective. And so you can kind of like dial in on, you know, if you learn where the G is, you know that the F's not far away. If you learn where the B is, you know that the C is not far away. So you start to get used to those, like building those landmarks into your head. But the trick is knowing which notes are on the high and low E. That can be a big help. Here's the next level. Make an octave. Okay, the octave shape, when it's rooted on the E, is going to be you jump up 2 strings and 2 frets. So this is my root, this is my octave. Root, octave. They're both G's. For the E's, open and 2nd fret. Here it would be for the A octave. So now we're learning notes where we can find them, at least, even if you might not know it cold and say like, do I know that the 5th fret here on the D string is a G? I might not know that, but I know that in reference to where its octave is, that it makes sense, and that I can find an A also on the D string, and I can find a B if I know how to make that octave shape. I can also find an E here on both strings, on the D and the E string. I can find a G on the 15th fret and the 17th fret of the E and D strings respectively, and so on, all the way up. So now you're kind of like breaking in that if you learn that locations of these notes on one string, you kind of know them on 3 strings now, because if you have your octave and you also have your symmetrical E string. The next step would be learn your notes on the A string. I have a C and another C here. I have a D and another D here. I have an E and an E here. A little out of tune, but so be it. And then I can start over again. A and A, C and C, D and D, and then E and E. And so now you take care of your E, your A, your D, some of your G string as well. And now, if you can move on to the next level, which would be learning your notes on the D string. Build an octave off a D string. Octave on the D strings are a little bit different because of the way the guitar is kind of like, intonated and all that. To get the same octave shape between the D and the B, you have to use your pinky. You got to move up. So it's a minor third up rather than a whole step up. It's a minor third and 2 strings and 1 string in between. Okay, so you can learn your octaves that way too. So if I know that this is a G, and this is a G, then I know if I put my pinky down, that's also a G. If I know that this was an A, and this therefore is an A because of the octaves, then that's also an A. If I know this was a B, then that's a B, and so is this. Which makes sense because it's my 12th fret on the B string, the string's reset. The last thing would be maybe just to learn and to name all the notes on the high and low E strings, and that would be open E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, B flat, B, C, C sharp, D, E flat, E. But that's just a real beginner's guide to hack through some of the strings just using these landmarks on the fretboard. All right, hopefully that was helpful. You know, if you're at the point where you're naming chords but don't know how, when you start to step out where you are, that's a good exercise to do. You know, first start building your dots, then start maybe building the in-betweens, you know, and you'll learn that also by learning some scales and learning which notes inherently have half steps in between them, like for example between E and F, no sharps or flats. Between B and C, those would be like the equivalents like on a keyboard where there's not a black key, sharp or flat in between the two white keys. All right, so hopefully that helps. Try thinking about it the next time that you break down a tab. Try and see where you're centered, and that can also be a clue as to what key you're in, and that's, you know, it's another kind of element of using your ear also to incorporate your knowledge of geography around the neck. Good luck, have fun. See you at the next one.